I was on the field for the final 49ers practice of this spring, and it featured fireworks like multiple Brock Purdy touchdown bombs, and Raheem Morris's defense got its revenge. 2 interceptions, and the new defensive coordinator make sure to let the quarterback know.
I got a Brock pick today. I let him know that right after practice. That was awesome. He's gonna be so mad at me for telling the media that, but you guys were there. But you guys were there. That's a big one. Was it 2? Oh, I didn't get a chance to brag.
But despite those 2 picks, one the Malik Mustafa, and then the other one, it was a Nick Martin, the young linebacker. He deflected a pass, and then it went to Darrell Luter Jr., but Nick Martin gets credit for starting that pick. Despite those 2 picks, Purdy was sharp, and he aired it out, including 2 long ones to De'Zhaun Stribling, the 49ers rookie wide receiver. He looked good today. Kalon Black looked fast, and we should take a look at some of the highlights. This is Fred Warner demonstrating how he's so good at the peanut punch. KJ Wright, at right, former Seattle Seahawks linebacker, now the 49ers linebackers coach. Shortly after Warner's demonstration, look at all the 49ers linebackers getting after it themselves. What a great teacher they have. First, Jaden Duggar, saw how tall he was, then Nick Martin. And then this right here is Larry Worth, safety at Arkansas, wearing the John Lynch 47, former safety. Now linebacker for the 49ers at 6'4". Look, Duggar 53, you just see the length of these frames. I mean, Duggar's got a 7-foot wingspan. Nick Martin not as tall, but the Nick Martin, he's a ball of energy, and I told you that he created that second Brock Purdy interception today. And of course, another look at Larry Worth. 49ers have some tall linebackers. This is Chris Kasarik talking to all the defensive linemen, including Romelo Height. And talking to the assistant coaches at the facility this week, it's KJ Wright who said that Romelo Height is going to be an impact player for the 49ers, a weapon used in very versatile ways by Raheem Morris. Right now he's terrorizing Brock Purdy at practice, working on the pass rush for the 49ers. Look at De'Amon Lenoir, and look who De'Amon Lenoir tosses this ball to. That is Jake Lynch, John Lynch's son, getting some good time for the 49ers as a quality control coach. Jordan Watkins, Jacob Cowing, 2 receivers who have come into the 49ers spring program and have now left it in very, very good shape. Both worked on their punt returns. I will say that Cowing dropped 2 punt returns today, though, so that's something to keep an eye out on. And then, of course, we got sled drills for the 49ers, and that big number 93 is Grayson Halton, rookie. And I'm going to talk so much more about Halton and what the 49ers assistant coaches said. And we're going to have some content for you, so hit that subscribe button over the course of the next couple weeks, though. That's so much material here from the facility over the past 2 days, including from Trent Williams, who showed up and was part of what effectively turned out to be the mandatory minicamp for the 49ers. They canceled next week, but Williams was here this week. The 49ers had 100% attendance, everybody except for Brandon Aiyuk, who just had a warrant served for his arrest because he was speeding right down this road, Tasman Drive, and he posted about it on YouTube. But we're here to talk about the players who are actually in the 49ers building. And because of the perfect attendance, Kyle Shanahan said, you know what, we're packing it up for the spring. We'll see you all at training camp on July 25th or 26th. But Trent Williams, who signed the new contract with the 49ers earlier this offseason, said that it's likely only going to be 2 more years for him in the NFL. Now, there are caveats to that, but listen to Trent talk about his future.
About playing the next 2 years. Did it cross your mind that this would be the last contract you sign, or are you still? Yeah. So where did you envision this being it, or
probably?
Yeah. What's that thought like then when you
scary. It's scary. You know, I'm toying between the idea of going till I can't no more and just, you know, leaving while I still got some good product left, you know, and not getting ran out the league. So. You know, it's been a long time, and had a daughter that she was born a few months before I got drafted. So, you know, I'm going on year 17. She's turning 17.
Trent was very at ease today. You know, he's always a good talker, but maybe more talkative than I've ever remembered Trent. And if things proceed according to the current plan, he'll play through his age 39 season next year, and then he'll call it quits. He had a daughter right before he was drafted, 17 years ago, he said. So at this point, he wants to help his daughter move into college rather than be at a joint practice. Those are Trent Williams' words. And the 49ers are going to see him battle against Myles Garrett for at least the next 2 seasons. And we can talk about the tackle succession plan beyond that. George Kittle also spoke today, and this is a follow-up on the picture that we saw in Vegas a couple weeks ago where it looked like George Kittle was a little thin. He says that he only lost 10 pounds this offseason, and he's well on his way to re-adding all that strength. The core muscle surgery proved more difficult for George Kittle. That was in the 2024 offseason, coming off the Super Bowl. Kittle dropped down from 240 plus to 214 pounds because he couldn't lift that offseason. Now he's really close to being able to get back into full workouts following the Achilles, and he is still shooting to be back week 1 in Australia.
Realistic? Yeah, I mean, at this point, even when I had the surgery and Ella Trash told me, he said, hey, I think if you just take this, if you do everything the right way, you have a chance. It definitely ignites something and makes you push for it. So, we're on track or ahead of schedule.
Australia throw a complication into that, a 16.5-hour flight?
Playing 4 days early and a 16-hour flight? No, not at all. Just another challenge. That's all it is. So, to me, it is what it is. We're going to work. It's an awesome opportunity to play in Australia. It'll be a really fun playing ride home if we win. That's our goal. Go over there, play in front of an awesome crowd, huge stadium, 110,000 people. It sounds sick to me. Might as well just take advantage of it.
And then there was a visit with Mike Evans, who had this to say about Jacob Cowing, who caught one of the deep passes from Brock Purdy today.
He has a lot of juice, and he can add a lot to this team. The speed down the field, the quickness. I've been here a few weeks, and he's made a lot of plays so far.
Speaking of that Cowing deep touchdown, Demarcus Robinson also made several catches downfield today. It was a scheduled day off for guys like Ricky Pearsall and Christian McCaffrey. They were in the weight room, so I saw Robinson in that X-receiver spot, good rapport with Brock Purdy, made a whole heck of a lot of catches. And Evans himself, on a lot of outbreakers, made some good catches for the 49ers. It's clear that he's been working on that rapport with Brock Purdy. In fact, here is what Mike Evans had to say about working with Brock.
Love Brock, man. He's a big reason why I came here. I said that in my initial Zoom call with you guys. Throws a really great ball. I'm getting the timing down with him now. Super smart. He's about his business too. Comes to work every single day. He's a quiet guy, but me and him talk, about not just football, but life. And really cool guy. Look forward to having a great connection with him this year.
So Brock, on one side, he gets to work with a receiver who posted 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons, tied for the most in NFL history with Jerry Rice. Evans and Jerry Rice did a commercial after he recorded that accomplishment. So on one side, Purdy's throwing to guys like that. On the other side, he's throwing to young, fast rookies like De'Zhaun Stribling, who caught that. It was like a deep corner kind of pass from Brock Purdy. He caught that over Diamador Lenore. So we saw some real juice from De'Zhaun Stribling. Later on, it was Adrian Martinez who threw a bomb to De'Zhaun Stribling, and that was a play-action fake, deep touchdown, 45-yard throw. Stribling was behind the defense. I do have to say that Kaelon Black, the 49ers rookie running back, it looks like he shoots out of a cannon every single time that he's handed the football. And somebody asked George Kittle about his first impressions of Kaelon Black, and he said the guy is very, very fast. So I think that my take on that was validated by what George Kittle said. And then Black also made a really, really nice catch coming out of the backfield. You might notice that I didn't talk about Mack Jones. He, again, did not throw at practice today. Some shoulder soreness, but he says that everything is clean on the MRI. He'll be ready for training camp. Mack did discuss the fact that he didn't get traded this offseason.
Yeah, there was definitely, obviously, a lot of speculation. And honestly, after a long year, I was just trying to enjoy it with my teammates and look back on the season. But, yeah, I think there was some stuff out there, and it was made very clear to me that I was going to be here from this organization. So I'm fired up about it, and I kind of knew that was the situation early off season, and Everything else is kind of between my agent and the coaches and whatever. But obviously, you want to have a chance to start, but I also love it here, and I'm not really in the business of leaving good people, so I'm not mad about it at all. I think it's a great organization and did a lot of fun stuff last year, but it's a new year, and I feel like this is the first year I've had when I've had the same offensive playbook being in the NFL, so that's kind of nice. You know, if you go to a new team, you got to learn a new playbook again and kind of do everything over, so it's good. I'm excited and really just looking forward to this summer and getting everything going again.
And then I had a chance to ask Mack about the unusual dynamic last year because he started about half of the season for the 49ers and then he went back to the bench. But he had a chance to immerse himself in Kyle Shanahan's system. And because of that, when he went back to the bench and when he was on the headset, and Brock Purdy had a great end to the season after he returned from the turf toe, I thought that Mack might have been in a more unique position to help Brock, and well, it yielded a good answer. You obviously started for about half the season. Then when you went back to the bench, did that experience, having played in the system, help you assist Brock in a different way, in a better way?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I think every year is different. I've played the beginning 8, like last year or whatever, and then the year before that I played the last 8 in Jacksonville. So it's kind of interesting, like you're learning different ways. And with Brock this year, obviously he's played in the system, so I'm not going to tell him anything he doesn't already know, but a lot of it as a backup quarterback is just validation, like, hey, on that, route right there, was he open or not? And you just have to see the play with a clear eye and be like, nah, dude, you're good. It wasn't open. Or I think that's what Brock wants. And trust me, I've been in Brock's shoes. I don't want someone like talking to me after every play, like, dude, you missed this. Like, that's not really my job. So Brock knows that, and but he wants the information. That's what I love about him. So when I got to play, I kind of took information from everybody, the coaches, players too, just because that's how you learn quickly on the field. Like, what did I see versus what did they see? So
the 49ers looked fast during this offseason program. It looks like they stayed healthy during this offseason program. That's probably the biggest takeaway of all. They integrated the rookies. Well, at this point of the year, they're not playing in pads. You can't read too far into things, but you want to see who belongs, who looks athletic. They went out and they drafted in a supremely athletic draft class. The relative athletic scores were off the charts across essentially the entire class. And I have to say that De'Zhaun Stribling looked really explosive and really good with those 2 deep catches today. Looked more comfortable as the spring went along. And Kalen Black, I know that he didn't get to break any tackles, but boy, he looked like he had juice out there. And then the best stat about Black was that he averaged 3.5 yards after contact per carry in college. He'll have a chance to showcase that once the preseason and then actual games happen. So those guys were, so far as advertised for the 49ers. We'll learn more about the linemen once pads come on. That's going to happen at training camp. And Brock Purdy is Brock Purdy. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. 49ers have a hell of a roster. They've added Mike Evans, Osa Odigizua, and Dre Greenlaw. We got to see all of those guys out at the building over the course of OTAs. They're as healthy as they can be. They're getting healthier across the board of the guys who are returning, Nick Bosa, George Kittle and company. And it's week 1 against the Rams in Australia. So the 100% perfect attendance. I think solid vibes around the 49ers. We will sign off here for the final time this spring. Next up at what is called the San Francisco Bay Area Stadium is the World Cup.
I feel like from the moment I got here, it's definitely like a top-down, anything it takes to win mentality. Anything you guys need, whatever. Like if it's taking us in the direction of winning, we're doing it. Pad level. Get under the motherfucker. Get out of here! That's it. Here we go. Throw BK. Throw BK. Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
Throw your hand, CJ. Throw your hand. CJ, you got one more. Come on, strike it first. Now, strike it first. Go! Go! Get out of there! Got one! Got one! Yeah, pump it!